going back real quick, you said you don't think starting an OnlyFans is a big deal nowadays. Like, is that coming from a personal standpoint, or like, imagine if you had to start your own and you were going to be putting content out there? Of course, we see everyone starting it. Not everyone, but we see a lot of people starting OnlyFans and stuff like that from our hometown, you know, people that we just met, this and that and this and that. But for me, when I think about it, like, first off, you gotta straight out come out to your family and be like, listen, this is what it is.
So
I think that would be my first step. As long as I'm upfront and real with my family about it, I don't care what anybody else thinks. You know?
I mean, honestly, though, do you have to tell your family? I mean, if they just find out, can't you just nonchalantly just play it off like, oh, yeah, I do that? Like, it's none of your fucking business. If I want to do that shit and make money off of doing that, it don't matter.
Send me a little bit more money for Christmas. I wouldn't have to be putting my ass on the internet. You know what I mean? But
what do you do? What do you do if you have an OnlyFans and you see one of your family members try to subscribe? Like at that point,
wow, dude,
nah, you let him in. Hey, I'm about that paper, dog.
Yo, bro.
So
his mom could see
that sounds like something you do, right?
So Keanu, well, I guess and Kobe, you guys have a distinct sound with your type of music. It's very I'm not even going to try to describe your sound because I love it and it's awesome. But what my main question is, have you guys ever thought or have you done a love song? Have you kind of entered those waters?
I think Kobe, you can explain this.
So like, all right, disclaimer, right? So I started all this music stuff probably about like 2 months ago.
Oh, like, really? Wow. Dude, kudos.
Yeah.
I thought you were going to say I started an OnlyFans, but go ahead.
Nah. Yeah, so I started like 2 months ago. I decided I wanted to start off with like singing and stuff, but like I found more success in rapping, like trying to rap hard.
Yeah.
Like that, you know what I mean?
You wanted to be an R&B singer at first?
Not necessarily, more like an alternative type of,
okay.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know, like, it just didn't work out for me, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Especially with my like raspy voice.
It's
not just, I don't know. I'll figure it out.
Never say never, man. It's only 2 months in, bro. You can always come back to that at some point, you know?
Oh yeah.
Maybe it's just like at first, like it's uncomfortable, like with like putting that kind of side of yourself out there, I'm sure. But then like once you just establish more confidence in your music along like the path, like at some point you could be like get back to that. And then once you get over that fear of doing that, then you're gonna be like, holy shit, like, and then you're gonna really be in it.
Something that crossed my mind was with your guys' aggressive style of rap, like just make the lyrics about love and about like I love you, bitch, but like really going in, like, you know what I mean? like bitches like rough sex, you know. And so this is a rough love song.
Dude, bitches like rough sex.
This is a rough love song. So that's kind of just what crossed my mind. But yeah, who knows? Maybe in the future we'll see a love song from you guys. But
bro, this dude. So like we were chilling one day, and he like lives right down the hall. Right. Mm-hmm. So I walked over and I was like, what are you doing? He's like, just making some music. He looks at me and he presses space bar on his project and it starts playing. He was like, you know, I'm just trying to make something that like people can fuck to. And I was just like, I looked at him. I was like, what? And he played it. And I was like, this is something I would not have sex to. So straight up. I was like, bro, I'm not fucking to this song. Like, he just looked at me. He was like, there's a vision. Trust the process. And I was like, all right, man, do what you want to do. But like, I'm just letting you know now, I wouldn't fuck to this song. He was like, I would.
I would. So, Keanu, when did you decide you were going to join the army?
So I'm sure you know this, but like when you moved to Colorado and then I ventured to Colorado, like shortly after, it was like, okay, things are kind of getting rough out here. Like, it's not great. It got pretty dangerous pretty quick. Like the things I was doing was pretty bad
in Colorado.
Yeah, I was doing a lot of bad things, and I was thrown an ultimatum. It was either you know, get evicted and like it's wintertime. I'm not trying to freeze my ass off.
Fuck yeah.
It's like get evicted or join the military. And I was like, fuck it, whatever. So I joined the military because like my family, my aunt and uncle are military. So it's like, all right, this kind of runs in my blood. I guess I'll go do it. I did it. And now here I am. It was just like a quick decision.
Okay, and so that music was going to be with you regardless. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like
yeah.
even going to the military, you were like, I'm still going to be making music, and I'm still going to follow that, you know, creative passion.
Yeah.
And that kind of leads me into my next question. And Kobe, you can attest to this too. You know, so much of the military, and let me know if I'm speaking out of turn, but so much of the military is, you know, them kind of breaking down who you are and you know, suppressing your emotions, your creativity. They want you to kind of be like a mindless kill machine, you know?
Yeah, pretty
And
much.
does that have any effect on your creative space when making music, or have you noticed anything that has changed about you since joining the military?
What do you think?
So I can say that I've been in for a fairly decent enough time to where I could just, you know, operate on my own. Like, yeah, I'll say back then when I was in training, like, yeah, it was pretty tough. Like, I was definitely like locked in, like I was straight up tunnel visioned. Like,
Yeah.
it's almost like brainwashing. Like basic
Right.
training in AIT is definitely like brainwashing you. They'll
Yeah,
break you
dude.
down.
Oh yeah.
They'll like call out all of your insecurities, like whatever you're feeling, they're gonna call that shit out, and then they're gonna break you down.
Yeah.
But they're gonna build you back up into a better person though. That's the end part. That's what I got. That's the understanding that I got from joining the military, and that's why like I decided to like go through with this and appreciate it and just take it and take that career option.
Mm-hmm.
I'll say this: I needed discipline in myself in order to become the man that I am today.
Nice.
And I wouldn't be able to do that without the military. So I really do appreciate that.
Yeah,
That's
it's kind of one thing that the military kind of like does, right? Because you see all the videos and you hear like people getting their asses beat at basic, like their whole goal, like ultimately at the end of the day, it's their job, but they don't really do that anymore. But their whole goal is to really like break you down mentally and like, hey, if you come in with like nothing wrong with you, trust me, they'll find something wrong with you.
Yeah.
Like they are hunting to figure out what your like weakness is and exploit it. So that way, you know, when you leave wherever you're at, it's kind of like, yeah, I'm way more resilient to like nothing can touch me. Like,
Yeah. Right. That's
it's just,
I could see how, you know, kind of pushing those pressure points without there being the threat, you know, so kind of having your pressure points pushed and getting used to that uncomfortable and that kind of feeling. And then when there's the time of threat, or even, you know, when you're not in this space, those pressure points have already been pushed. Like that shit doesn't phase you, you know. But
yeah.
Keanu, talk a little bit on the music aspect of you know, has it diminished your creative value, or has it put a damper on any of your creative outlets?
So like, obviously, when I got to AIT, which is like your schooling, there was a few times where I would try and go write music where, oh shit, like I can't, like I have a writer's block. I don't know what it is. So I would like put it down. So I would say, I guess in a sense, yes. But then once you start going through shit in the army, like in the military in general, like when you start going through shit, like it just like sparks back up. Cause I went, I was doing a lot of things I shouldn't have in AIT. And I went through a lot of things, and then all of a sudden it just like hit me like a truck. Like, let's start writing, let's go. And I just wrote and wrote and wrote and wrote.
Yeah.
And it was just nonstop of like, yes, this is exactly what I was looking for. And I think when you join the military, like you said, you're taught to be a killing machine, like a robot pretty much. But at the end of the day, when you start going through shit, it's kind of like the creative process comes back. Like if you had the skill prior to that, it's coming back.
Yeah, you're building up to that certain level that you used to be at, and you're breaking through that barrier, literally.
Wow.
And I think because you're building that discipline as well, that just applies straight to your music. Like you said,
Exactly.
it can be hard at first, especially like to your own music. Like obviously your guys' stuff sounds good, but like how you said at first, like at first you think it's like kind of sucks because you're like listening to it and you're like, oh, I don't know if this is like if I'm good at this or if people will like it. And then because you're in the military and you built up that discipline, it's like if you get a block, it's like, no, I know I can do this. I'm gonna keep pushing and persevering, and then the end product is awesome.
Yeah.
When writing, oh, go ahead, Ryan.
No, you go, Joe.
I was gonna say when writing music, like that writer's block is real because I dived into the music scene a little bit beginning of 2021. Actually starting to record and stuff. Wasn't the best setup, you know what I mean? It was like something like regular mic and all that stuff. It wasn't too much money put into it. It was more like I have something to say and I have stuff on my mind, you know what I mean? So why not just go and just talk that shit over the mic, Because usually people who rap, they have a lot to say. It's really not about the rhythm or anything. It's like how can I explain to somebody like the darkness and stuff in my life, without like making somebody feel bad. You put that shit in rhythm and you put that shit on a beat. You know what I mean? And people were like, "Holy shit, I understand his message." That shit was beautiful, man.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
felt that. Like when you have something to say, it's almost like it flows naturally. You don't have to force it on the beat. Instead, it just comes out and flows naturally because you already know the script almost, and no matter what beat is behind it, it works. But what I was getting to, Keanu and Kobe, when you guys are in a room together and you're like, you sit down for a writing session and you're really locked in and you're getting to it. How long do you spend in those sessions, and how long does it take before you make a song, before you write an entire song?
Man, so like for certain songs, like the song we just put out, Wish You Would, I produced the instrumental while he was here. So it was like a producing session and then a writing session like directly after. So when we go to make music, like we'll start writing and we'll go back and forth with our lines. So it's like to make sure our lines are hitting. And then when it comes to like flow time, like, okay, I'm gonna play the instrumental over and over and over again. Like it's time to like put your lyrics on this bitch. He's like we'll go back and forth, and then there's some lines that we say to each other and we just look at each other and go, this is not it. Like there's too many words. Like, what are we trying to say here? And it's like there's been times where I don't want to like harp on you, Kobe, but like since you're like new, it's like there's a few times where I'm like, okay, that's not gonna work. Like I just look at him and go, that's not it, bro. Like
I think that's good though, like having someone to bounce those ideas off of, because then he's not getting it. Iron sharpens iron, or whatever.
You need constructive criticism in order to perfect your craft.
And it's like if you have an ear for the music, it's like especially with Keanu producing and everything, like that's a whole different side than just recording and rapping, because it sounds crazy, but like one word can change your whole flow, and it could be a word like just add the word "and" or like something like that. It can change the entire flow and make it sound fire. That's a cool thing about recording music. And like with the whole writer's block thing, back to that, in writing sessions, I can't just have a writing session. I feel like when I have stuff to say, that's when I start to roll. So I'll just jot it down in my notes.
Yeah, so it's like there's been times where I don't know how many times have we like sat in a room and produced. That's been like what, like 2 weeks consistently. Like there's been like every single night where like I'm like, I have an idea, like I'm gonna try and put it in, see what happens, and then the beat comes out and we're like, holy shit, like all right, let's get to it. And we like, I don't know what it is, but there's a few times where even when I'm writing, I'll look at him and go, this is not it. Like straight up, like my flow is either too choppy or it's way far off, because it's like I always have stuff on my mind to say. And like I'm trying to get so much out, and I'm like, dude, there's other songs. You know what I mean? Like,
so
I can
Kobe,
always just
Keanu, are you teaching Kobe kind of the producing aspect of it too? Like is that kind of like you're just the double-edged sword? I mean, that is fucking awesome, and to be able to have full control of what you're doing is, there's so much freedom in that, which I think is really, really cool. And what's that like when like you guys are sitting in front of the computer creating a beat. Like, do you start like? Obviously, you don't have the lyrics yet, but you're starting with the beat. And first and foremost, is it because they're all? I don't want to say that all of your songs are fast, but it's like, where do you start? You know what I mean?
Yeah. So it's like, I feel like Kobe, you could probably explain this better than I can, because it's just like once I'm in, I'm locked in. Like I don't say
Yeah,
much.
so generally, like with the whole beat making process, like we'll start off with like the melody or something, or we'll get like an inspiration from like a different song, like the song Chrome Beretta. Have y'all heard of that?
I don't think I have.
So there's a song called Chrome Beretta, and it was like 3 different artists. They're all YouTube rappers. It's kind of crazy to me. Like they're all like regular YouTubers, but they like decided to jump into music, and it's actually like really good. Like it's like holy shit. And like with Chrome Beretta, it starts off with this like super fast, like it kind of sounds like Ain't No Way. Like it starts off like that, and then it beat switches into something like I don't even know how to describe it, dude. It's like it's so out of pocket and like off-putting, but it works. And I was like, God damn. So
and you produced the beat for Ain't No Way.
one of my AV got drip did. He produced the first half, and
That shit was
then
hard.
some guy named Chase produced the second half.
Yeah, that shit was hard, dude. I really I like that song. And so for the almost like the music video, you call it AMV, animated motion. Well, I don't know what that stands for.
It's so like you've obviously heard of like anime and stuff. So it's
Yeah.
like they take clips from anime. It's just AMV stands for anime music video. They just take like fight scenes from that shit and just edit it heavy.
I love that. And so there's no copywriting issue with that. You can put it out and it's perfectly fine.
Yeah, there's
That is
nothing
so
like
sick.
like nothing on. I don't think they're gonna copyright strike us because one, there's no audio of it. YouTube banks on like audio heavy to copyright stuff.
Okay, I see.
So like when you go to put it out, if there's no audio, like they can't really do anything. And you've technically speaking remixed it. So against like the copyright policies, you're within the field to actually be able to utilize their clips and stuff, because you've remixed it to your own liking. It's just for, like creative purposes.
Yeah.
So you're not really like stealing it and claiming it as your own. You know what I mean?
Dude. I think that's perfect, and especially with your guys' style, like those type of anime music videos are so incredibly fitting. I really enjoy that shit. After talking about that, moving back to South Korea. Now you're living in South Korea. New Year's just passed. Did you happen to kiss a South Korean girl for New Year's, or like, what is your outlook on women now? Because you're in South Korea, you've got Asian women present.
Bro.
Like, is that your thing now?
And how were your guys' New Year's Eves as a whole? Tell us your stories.
Bro, our New Year's Eve was pretty good.
Yeah,
But, like,
it was
so we
decent.
went to this place on our base, and I'm not gonna lie, they gave me this margarita, bro. I was fucked up like halfway through it. Like I wouldn't even finish it. Like I was so fucked up. I was like, damn, this thing's strong. I was like, I can't go out anymore, because if I go out, like I'm gonna be blackout, and that's not gonna be good.
Mm-hmm.
And especially in Korea, it's like there's a lot of rules that you have to abide by. Like, don't get into fights with the nationals, like that kind of thing. And I was like, yo, if I get blackout,
Who are the nationals? Like the people who
like
live there?
just like the Koreans.
Just
So like
Korean, yeah.
so like we're guests in South Korea. Like we're technically speaking.
Is there like that? Is that kind of space there? Are they looking at you some type of way, or would there have to be something started? Okay, so they're cool. It's only if something started, then it would be like a fight would break out. It's not like they automatically just hate you.
Yeah, no, but there is definitely certain parts, because I don't know if you've experienced it. You've been here longer than I have.
I have experienced
it, yeah. So like you go to certain parts of Korea, dude, and they just fucking hate you.
Yeah, they're like staring at you because they know that you're a part of the military, and it's pretty sick. You know what I mean? It's not a good place to, like, certain places aren't good to go. Like, what can we say? Like,
have you ever been to
Busan?
Busan ain't that bad though. Like if you go to like Itaewon.
Itaewon, yeah, for sure.
Itaewon is fucking horrible because
Yeah.
I went there. We went out one night as a group, and we couldn't get taxi service. We were just getting denied service, like to get back to our hotel. We were just
And you're-
denied.
You're wearing your regular clothes, like not your full like army outfit.
So
right?
like, so the thing about it is like in South Korea, it's like 97% South Koreans that live here.
Yeah.
So you stand out like a motherfucker.
Okay,
So
no
they
matter what
know.
you're wearing.
Yeah, they know you're either like a student, a teacher, or
You're
or
military.
a military
And
service member.
dude, that shit's horrible because like I remember I was drunk as fuck, but like just getting denied service over and over and over again. I was I looked at my homie. I was like, bro, I'm gonna start fighting these motherfuckers. Like, we need to get back to this hotel because I'm fucked up. They're fucked up. We're fucked up. Like, dude, this is not good.
Yeah, nothing good happens when everyone's fucked up. Now,
Yeah, for sure.
so, but on the other aspect of that, on the other side of the coin, are they fun to party with? Have you experienced like, you know, and
yeah.
like I mentioned, the women, are you, what is that like?
Bro, the females be wilding.
Do they
Right.
like you? Are they like some of them really into you because you're not
Bro.
from South Korea?
Yeah,
Yes, like they
Yeah,
love
big time.
like certain places you go here, they love Americans. So like I went out and I was just partying. Like I was in a
Mhm.
club. I was like, yeah, we're just gonna party. And well, I'm already like super fucked up at this point. Like the room is spinning, lights are flashing. Like I can't keep balance. I can't walk in a straight line. That's for sure.
You're there. You're at
Yeah,
that,
like
you're at that
I'm
point.
like
Yeah.
peak. I'm peak. All right. So I'm like, yeah, man, fuck. And then like I was like, I'm not gonna get fucked up anymore. And I started like getting ready to leave, and this Korean just walks up to me and hands me a bottle. Like just straight up hands me a bottle, bro. I don't even know what it was. I just took it and I was like, thanks. And I just downed that
Yeah.
shit.
Nah, you're
Yeah,
wildin'.
dude. Yeah, I don't give a fuck. Like I was fucked up. I don't fucking care. Like
In the club, do you know any of the music being played?
oh yeah, dude, they play
Really?
American hits, bro. Like
Mhm.
Really?
Straight
Wow,
up.
yes,
that's awesome.
you hear Dior, a lot of Tyga, a lot of Mo3.
And the people who live there, are they singing along with the lyrics?
Oh,
Like, they
yeah.
know,
Oh,
they
yeah.
know English.
Dude,
Oh yeah.
That's
Yeah.
crazy.
You know
That's
English.
crazy that you
Oh,
say.
yeah.
That's crazy you say Dior because last night when Joe and I were out in the town in Key West at like 2 or 3 different bars we went to, they were just playing different remixes of Dior, and we were
Yeah,
just
dude.
getting
No, I'm
down
getting
to
sturdy in there. My
we were getting sturdy. Last night was fun.
Bro, that shit, bro. I'm
Fuck
telling
yeah.
you, when Dior comes on, and you hear that fucking like reverse violin right in the intro. Everybody is just like, "Let's go!" Like,
Yeah,
and there's
it-
fucking bottles popping everywhere. Like, it's crazy.
shit, bro.
Wow. This is
That
South
just like
Korea, man.
that just hard element, that hardness layer is just I love that about rap music, and that's why I personally like heavy bass EDM very much, and that like hard aspect to it where it's like when you're dancing to it, especially like this is how you step, and it's just like
Yeah.
it feels so good. It's just such a
Yeah, for
That
real.
that shit's great, dude. Like,
Yeah.
especially in like here, I'm telling you, like, damn, the fucking like
The Hennessy
party-
kicking your ass, boy.
Hey, it's fucking 10:20. It's 10:25 in the morning.
Wow. Oh my gosh.
So like, bro,
What?
they
It's 5
fucking-
o'clock somewhere. It's 5
Again.
o'clock somewhere.
Again, I appreciate you guys for coming on for real.
Yeah, no
But,
worries, man.
Keep going.
But like, bro, the parties here are like crazy. Like, it's great when you go to places that like they like you. But
Yeah.
there's like, if you go somewhere where they don't like you,
Mhm.
like there's certain places you can't go because you're not Korean.
You can't even get in. Like they'll
Yeah.
like someone will walk it. Like literally, I had this happen to me. So I was with a group of friends, and we were standing outside of a bar trying to get in, and literally a Korean national walks up to me with a Google Translate on their phone. They were like, "Hey, I'm sorry, but you guys cannot get in here because." Like some military service member like before lynched like 4 military service members like lynched a Korean or something like that.
Wow.
But yeah, it was
Damn.
pretty.
Yeah, dude, we
Like,
gotta live with the people we gotta live with prior mistakes that weren't even made by us. Like,
Yeah, the sins of the father.
yeah,
You
pretty
The
much.
sins
Like,
of the father.
Whole time it probably wasn't even true. Like they literally just probably just didn't want us in there.
Make up anything. And let's just be real here. Is that racism or not? Because if they came to America and we denied anybody
that's
into a restaurant or a club or anything, people would be up in arms. Even Americans would be up in arms about that. You know what I mean?
That's what I'm like. Here, it's like I said earlier, they're like 97, 98% South Korean here. Like we make up like a very small amount here, and we're guests. So it's like, I guess in a sense, it can't be racism, but it kind of is. But it really isn't. You know, it's like that weird gray line where you're like,
definitely a gray area. I see what you're saying, but also it's
So
like,
I can explain it. So like people consider people consider South Korea as like the safest country in the world. I'm not sure if
Really?
y'all have like ever
I've
heard of
heard.
that.
yeah, I've heard that you could like pass out with your purse and stuff on the sidewalk,
Yeah,
and you'll
dude.
wake up
Yeah.
untouched.
Yeah, dude.
So that like I can see where they're coming from when they're trying to like protect like certain areas or certain
culture.
things that they that they live by, but also like that was kind of
Bro.
rude.
So it's like when they tell you you can't get in though because it's such a safe and nice country. They give you a nice pat on the back. They tell you other places you can go. They give you like maybe like a drink on the go, but they don't tell you.
yeah,
Fuck you in
dude.
your face.
Like we tried to. I tried to get into this club, and this guy just walks out. And I'm like, man, we can't get fucking in. And he was like, he looks at me and goes, American? And I was like, yeah, man. And he was all like, we love Americans. Come with us. And we were just like, yeah, let's go. And then fucking, bro, fun fact, you can't get into a Korean strip club without another Korean.
Yeah,
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
You have to have a Korean with you to get into a Korean strip club.
Wow. So have you been to a Korean strip club?
I prefer not to say.
It's like I come to Korea alone and I'm walking on the street and I'm like, hey guys, I'm just like asking a bunch of Koreans I don't know, like, hey, I'm trying to get into the strip club. You mind like accompanying me into the strip club?
Dude, it's like you walk in, you have a young Korean child.
Yo, this is Jesus Christ.
It's like Billy on the Street. You guys ever seen Billy on the Street?
Yeah.
I have. So after looking at a couple of your guys' tweets and such, Keanu, somebody gotta save Blueface. And
Bro.
what's your opinion on that whole thing? Is it? I'll get your opinion and I'll tell you what I think.
So I think whatever the fuck, somebody's gotta say Blueface, bro. His girl right now is fucking crazy. Like she is out of line crazy. And her family is crazy too. Like that video where you saw Blueface rock her dad, bro. I was like,
there we go, right there.
yeah, literally, bro.
It's
I
like
was
you
like,
see videos of both of them, bruises on their face. You know, they're beating each other up. It's like, at what? You know, and I get it. You know, you get into a relationship, and it's like sometimes it's like that's you get so blinded by love, you know, that you put up with some shit that's definitely not okay. And but at the end of the day, like I don't know how you just stick around with this embarrassing woman. But it's not even like that. Like, even if I was in a relationship and like, you know, did you see the interview they did with, I can't remember the guy's name, but he's Kai, right? And she put a hole in the guy's wall. She's coughing all over him. She's basically hitting Blueface on a live stream. Like, it's like, at what point, where does this end? You know what I mean? Like,
that's what I'm saying.
You know,
like that right there was like the like icing on the cake. I was like, bro, she gotta go. Like, you gotta do something because she's fucking crazy. And like, I don't really listen to Blueface like that, but like, this man is getting berated. Like, he is getting fucking fucked up. And I'm just like, bro, like, you need to go. Like, figure it out. Do something.
Now, do you?
I saw Blueface one time. He was at my zip line on California. I worked on a zip line on Catalina Island, and
oh shit.
Yeah, him and I think his girl came.
Was it her?
They weren't beating the shit out of each other then. They were having a good time. But they came to the zip line early, and then they went.
This was a couple years ago, though. I don't know how long Christian and Blueface have been together. It
was like last August.
Right. It could have been know, he's a famous, handsome young man. He could be with anybody.
Hey, maybe he's a respectful man who is down for a real bitch. Obviously not this one. But yeah, no, he got all fucked up and he was gonna back out, and then they ended up getting him on there, and he had a great time.
Yeah, on the zip line. On the zip line.
Yeah, on the zip line. Blueface zip lines.
Ghetto, bro.
Blueface, baby. I'm telling you,
dude. I wanna transition since we're talking about rappers. Joe and I always talk about like our GOAT rappers and our favorite rappers, and like we distinguish, you know, there are who we think are our GOAT rappers, and then our like personal favorite rappers. And so like, who are your guys' GOAT rappers and favorite rappers, and how do you distinguish which is which, and like what is your thought process and like ranking your favorite rappers?
Yeah, Kobe, you can
want to go
first.
first?
No,
All
no. Because I got my list is extensive. All right,
All right.
but like,
I
well,
felt you.
my favorite rapper is J. Cole. I can agree. I can show you all my tattoo.
Solid
I
pick.
got this tattoo right here. This is a J. Cole crown. You know what I mean? I'm not sure. if you
Yeah.
can see. But like, yeah, like that's my favorite rapper. Like I've been listening to Cole since I don't even know when. Like probably when I was like 5, 7. When like I was pretty young when I started
Damn.
listening to Cole.
So when you started listening to rap, and then you started listening to J. Cole like right away, and you've just been like in love with his music since pretty much.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
but
Him.
like, who's your
so it's-
GOAT rapper? Like,
My GOAT rapper?
yeah, like all
Probably
time,
like Kendrick. Like Kendrick. Like, for
Woo!
sure.
That's a good
Like
choice.
I got
That's a
like
really good choice.
listening to like all his unreleased albums and all that. Like, bro, he's different, bro. Like
Yeah.
he is super different. I've tried to pick up like his writing style, like him writing his lyrics. Like he only writes out of like honesty. Like he only writes about certain stuff that he does. You know what I mean? Like that he lives by, like his perspective on different things. And like as you can see, like it's gotten him pretty far. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm trying to do right now.
I think
Nice.
GOAT.
What do you think,
for, like,
Kiana?
for like GOATs? Like great, like hands down GOAT. I hate to say this because I know there's gonna be a few people that are gonna be like, "Yo, you're fucking stupid." I'm gonna say Eminem, bro. That dude.
That's not dumb
That's
at
not
all,
stupid.
bro.
No, you don't understand though. There's a group, bro, that just hate Eminem.
There's a
like
group
People-
out there.
straight up.
Eminem is
people hate
him,
Eminem,
bro.
bro,
Eminem
'cause
is
he's old,
fucking
bro.
him.
But here's the thing with Eminem, man. Eminem is one of them rappers, bro, nobody comes for. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, for
Because
real.
every
Yeah.
person that's ever tried to diss Eminem come for him, completely annihilated. Have you ever heard The Warning? The diss
Yes.
with him? Bro, he fried Mariah Carey up.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Bro.
he used their old voicemails that she left him. And it
Mhm.
was like in the song saying like I need you Slim Shady and a bunch of shit. And he was like, here's the thing about Eminem too. He's like, if you're trying to embarrass me, I'll lay it all on the line. I'll embarrass
Mhm.
myself too, just to show y'all that that's not the real truth. You know what I'm saying? And
Yeah,
same thing
for
with
real.
MGK. You know what I mean? MGK's diss to Eminem to me was garbage because what's the baddest thing he said? That he was old. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That
Like,
fucking beard is weird. You know what I'm saying? Like, come on, man, come for him. You know.
And then
You can't
Eminem
really
said
say
that shit
about
where it's
him.
like, how can you compliment me and then diss me in the same sentence? Like, I've never
Yeah.
heard dumb shit like that in my life.
Exactly.
but dude,
man.
GOAT, I'm telling you, GOAT, lyricism, flows, cadence, beat selection, it's Eminem for me. Like all time, I will contest that all fucking day.
Good pick.
Respect.
And then
For sure.
I think right now, like favorite rappers, if we're just going like personal bias, it's definitely like I don't know if y'all have ever heard of him. He's actually Korean. He's on tour right now. Harper. He's the one that's like inspired the style that I have now. Like heavy.
Interesting. I'll have to
Nice.
check that out.
Nice.
Um,
I've
for
never heard
me-
of Harper either.
For me personally, GOAT is gonna have to be Big Sean.
That's
And-
a
Big
really
Sean's
good
nice.
choice.
Big Sean's
yeah.
Big Sean is
I mean,
so underrated, bro. He's the
so
second out of
underrated.
Detroit.
Holy
He's
shit!
the second
You go-
best out of
That's
Detroit.
wild.
You go back and look at all of his work, dude. It's all telling a
for real.
story. The lyrics are amazing and the beats are great. And maybe it's just sentimental for me because I grew up listening to Big Sean. But Big Sean, and then up there with GOAT is Snoop Dogg. I really like Snoop Dogg.
Yeah.
And then if we're
That's
just
what's
talking
up.
about favorites, because like those are two like very good picks. And then favorites, I mean, I got to go with Trippie Redd, and that's just
That's
me.
solid. That's
Absolutely.
solid.
That's a pretty good choice.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
think my go is Lil Wayne. Okay.
Oh
I
yeah.
grew up
Bro,
with Lil
he's so
Wayne.
tough.
Lil Wayne is the one who made me fall in love with rap, bro. Lil Wayne, first off, real Lil Wayne fans know there's a difference between album Wayne, feature Wayne, and mixtape Wayne. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Back in the day when Lil Wayne did mixtapes, he would hop on other people's beats, like the most, viral songs, and just murder it, bro.
Mhm.
Like, have you guys ever heard his Ice Cream Paint Job remix?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
heard it. I heard that
You know
shit.
you haven't, Ryan?
No, I haven't.
You need to dive into that at one point in life.
I feel like it's one of those things you probably heard, you just don't remember the name of it, maybe, because like you'll hear it and you'll be like, oh yeah, like this brings you back somewhere.
And then I would say Eminem is probably I think Eminem and Lil Wayne are tied for me, honestly, because like Eminem was enough. I was a huge Eminem fan, just going up to my mom randomly, telling her that I was a piece of white trash, and I say it proudly. Just random. But I think my favorites right now, Lil Baby, definitely. Lil Baby's flow right now is unmastered. People say Lil Baby's like a mumble rapper, but he's really not, because if you really read and listen to what he's saying, it's like, I'm the boss, business shit, revenue, talking about all types of shit like that, man.
The thing about Lil Baby is, dude, he lives every single thing he says. Like, he says what he does. He doesn't fake on shit. Like, he's real about what he does. For myself, my GOAT and my favorite are the same as Joe's. Like, my GOAT is Lil Wayne, and then I give my flowers to Eminem too, because he's really him, and then Lil Baby is my favorite as well. But I think that obviously, like, I just need to mention this rapper just because I feel like he deserves respect in this conversation, is Drake. Like, Drake, he's always been relevant from the start of his rap career to now. He's always changed his flows and developed different styles, and everything he drops, it's top of the list, whether he's mainstream or not. Like, he's always there, and what he just dropped with 21 was nuts. Like, that, and like went crazy.
Did it again.
And like, here's the thing, like with rap too, it's like, it's hard to compare GOATs necessarily with like rap. It's like the same to compare GOATs with basketball. You know what I'm saying? There's so many different styles, the way people flow. Like, for example, the way the Suicide Boys rap. They rap hard as fuck. You know what I mean? But that's a totally different style of rap than what Eminem would hop on and talk. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And like, I think, like, for example, one of the best lyricists, man, I've ever heard on a track is T.I.
Yep.
And that is the honest truth, bro. He uses the biggest type of words, and like the way he just flows with the shit is crazy.
An honorable
who uses the word expeditiously on a song? You know what I'm saying? that type of shit's not normal, bro.
An honorable mention for Lil Wayne. There's a remix that he does over The Office. It's called The Office, Lil Wayne, and it's literally The Office intro. Yeah, you probably can't even hear it right now, but he raps over that, and that shit's good. That shit's good.
And honestly, dude, just like the three-headed Young Money monster, shout out Nicki.
Yeah, fact. Nicki Minaj, look, Nicki Minaj is really her when it comes to rapping, bro, because it's not even that she's rapping necessarily about popping pussy or none of that shit. She's rapping like, I'm a boss bitch, sit up when I walk in. You know what I'm saying?
That's true,
and
but she also does pop the pussy lyrics.
Yeah, just tad pussy popping. But,
yeah, I'm sure that pussy is popping. Damn, I mean, shit.
No, facts. But as in female rapping, have you guys ever heard of Young M.A.?
Yes.
Of course.
For sure.
Yeah.
Like her, like she did that famous like Chirac beat that like Nicki Minaj hopped on, Meek Mill hopped on it, Lil Durk is like yeah, like one of them, and she really slid on that. It's called her Brooklyn Freestyle. If you guys ever get a chance,
bro,
look
you
it up.
know,
her brother kind of comes in and like ruins the whole song. But like before that, the whole like 2-3 minutes she's rapping, dude, she's really sliding. Like,
bro, if we're talking about female rappers, bro, like for me, it's like I don't.
Bad baby.
She's
Bro.
bro.
bitch, get you some money.
She had her lyrics written for her. Go
Ryan just wanted to lead into that because he likes Bad Baby.
She loves Bad Baby. She subscribed to her OnlyFans.
Damn.
No. She's got enough
Yo.
money, 50 million
No, she
followers.
is subscribed to his OnlyFans.
The ball sack
Dick,
at
it's
Chipotle, bro.
how Dick
Ball sack.
public places became a big thing.
Yeah,
Shout out
bro.
Bad Baby.
Dick pics in public places. That's in the rice at Chipotle. But you were talking about female rappers, Keanu.
Bro, female rappers, bro. Like we were talking about Young M.A. and Nicki Minaj. Like when I listen, like I'm not gonna lie, like there's a few songs that I listen to by them, like on the regular. Like it's a guilty pleasure for me.
Yeah.
But like I listen to them and I'm like, they're really out here doing this. Like they really do that.
Man, thank you.
Aside
Somebody
from,
finally.
There's a,
aside from rap, I mean, if we're talking about guilty pleasures, let's talk about Hannah Montana. Let's talk about that Miley Cyrus. Like,
I know
Hey,
exactly what he's gonna say. I know exactly what
Let's
song
get
he's
down
gonna
to
say.
it.
I know what he's gonna lead
Has
into. Go
one
on.
of the best voices
Yes.
I've ever heard in my
Yes,
life, bro.
dude.
Miley
Slide
Cyrus's
away.
natural voice is beautiful, bro.
Oh
Mhm.
yeah. Oh yeah.
Yup.
And
But you know, it's odd. Like I've seen pictures of her recently. Like she's gonna look like Dolly Parton in 25 years. Like
yeah,
no, I
bro, that's a
promise.
big
Like
homie.
something about like it is like they were on stage for New Year's last night. They did a big show and they were singing "And I Will Always Love You." They were singing that, and dude, I swear to God, like you could see her face morphing into Dolly Parton, man. So it's gonna be interesting to see in the next 25 years. What is that? Like Dollywood? There's gonna be Miley.
Yeah,
I've been
There's
to
gonna be
Dollywood.
Mileywood.
So have
You've
I.
been?
I've
Yeah,
been
so
to
have I.
Dollywood. Yeah,
They've got,
Dollywood's
like,
dope,
roller
man.
coasters and
Not gonna
shit?
lie, it was a lot of fun.
That place
They've
is
got
lit.
roller coasters and shit there.
Yeah, man. I mean, it's small. I mean, here's the thing. Being used to Cedar Point, it's very hard to find something that is Cedar Point, amounts to that.
Yeah.
Because everything you go to that's not Cedar Point, there's not going to be as many roller coasters and they're not going to be as big. But they had a couple of hidden gems where I really enjoyed it. And, everyone's Southern, everyone's just
dude.
smiling and happy. And
Yeah.
it's Dollywood. I mean, Dolly Parton. I mean, how can you
Bro.
be sad in Dollywood?
Bro, that
know?
Southern hospitality, like, is different. Like that shit crazy.
Yeah, how about the South? Give it up for them. Give it up for the South. Fuck yeah. Honestly, I like the South, really. If it were just cold, I'd be in. You know what I mean? Like, I'd stay here forever. But really, no, I think the South is, for me, like, I mean, let's talk about the best states in the out of all 50. We're talking Texas. It's up
Texas.
Texas.
Florida,
Everything's
it's up there.
bigger in
Yep.
Texas.
Not California. That's bad. We don't like California.
Hey, boo.
But
I've never
even
been
Las Vegas, Nevada,
Oh, yeah.
Nevada.
I've never
that's
been there
dope.
either.
Mm.
Bro, these places, man, like the South, bro, is just different. Like, I don't know what it is. Like, you enter the South, bro, and it's just instantly like wherever you go, you're like at home. It's weird.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, dude.
it's just a
Yeah.
vibe. Like, you're just like, damn, like I really be out here. Like, I'm in the South. Like, I belong here.
Yeah, you got a
We-
piece of wheat that's sticking out of your mouth, and every time you spit it out, when you look back up, there's another one. It just
Yeah, it's just
automatically there.
nonstop. Like,
Straight up. Oh my God, there's two Nicholases here.
No, no.
oh,
That was
Oh,
bizarre. That
man.
was bizarre for a second, but
Yeah, sorry, my connection was being weird. But anyways,
that's okay. As I was,
So
go ahead.
go ahead. No, you're about to.
As I was looking through your YouTube, what is the fan base for your YouTube like? Like you've built up a fan base of people who listen to your music, and I think it's so awesome. And where does that stem from? How do you feel like you're able to connect to these people where they are able, they're willing
So,
to
like-
listen to all your shit?
yeah. So like when I go, like, if you scroll back into my discography like to 2021, like I was on this weird like concept writing path where I take some of the most like blatant obvious things people can talk about and just expand upon it. Like it's
Okay.
like, so I think when it comes to my like demographic and who like is connecting with it, I think it's just people who relate in a sense, like they understand. You know what I mean? It's a very like, so I have this song called Normal, and
Yeah.
the whole concept of the song is just chasing normalcy. Like everybody has their definition of normalcy, but my definition is different. You know what I mean? And I
Mhm.
just talk about
Right.
what my definition of normal is.
Mhm.
And like this demographic that came from that, because it kind of just started there, was like, holy shit, like this guy's talking about some real shit. And like when people go to like chase normal, you know, normal for some people is like having 2 parents. You know what I mean? Normal for some people isn't having to sell drugs to eat the next day. You know what I mean? Like, but then you dive into, all right, let's expand upon that. If I'm chasing normal and I get a little sense of normal, does that make me an addict? In a sense of, I had a taste of normal and then it went away and now I'm chasing it. You know what I mean? So now it's like, there's still a part of me that's obsessed with the thought of normalcy and like trying to fit in, but being okay with not fitting in. Yeah. And I think a lot of people are like, they feel the same way. You know what I mean? Like, I don't fit in, but I like that I don't fit in. You know what I mean?
Facts.
For sure.
I feel you.
That's incredible, man. That's beautiful. And it kind of like what I was thinking last night is, you know, I got off work late and it's like the clock strikes 12 at midnight and everyone, I can just envision in my head, you know, everyone, all the camaraderie. And it's still like 10 p.m., you know, 10:30. And I got down to it, like, because I was waiting for my girlfriend to get back from work. And, you know, I was like, regardless, if she makes it here and we're able to go out at a bar and spend it with those people, great. But you know what? Like, where the party at is wherever I am. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly.
Like if I find it in me to like have a good time and like just be comfortable with my own presence, you know what I mean? Like that's all I need. You know?
Dude, that was our mentality all last night too. I mean, everyone, there's 2 sides of Duval Street. There's like the Ricks and the Irish Kevin side, and then there's the side where we were on with like Club 504 and this hookah lounge. And the thing is, there weren't a lot of people dancing at 504 at first, but the music was better, and that's just like our kind of, I don't want to say that's our territory, but that's just our vibe in a sense. Like that's where we step and fit in. And so like, fuck it, I don't care if there's like 150, 200 people at Rick's. If I'm down, if I can feel myself more over here, like this is where I want to be. And it's kind of like back to that fitting in thing. It's where it's like, okay, yeah, that might be cool to quote unquote fit in, but if I'm more my authentic self and I step where I feel is right, that's just gonna feel better. Like fuck the normalcy of it, you know?
Yeah, and I think on the hand of fitting in, it's like when you are your authentic self and you are unapologetically yourself, the people you are meant to fit in with, you just it happens organically. It's something about the powers that be bring you together with the people you're supposed to be with, you know, and I think that's super important, you know, and feeling comfortable in your own skin and not worrying about fitting in, but worrying about being yourself and, you know, that kind of stuff. That's really cool, man. I think that's really cool that, you know, you have that connection with the listeners like that. And, you know, I can speak for myself and me, bro. I rock with it, dude. I love that shit. And, you know, I
appreciate it.
You know, I saw you put that link up on, or some kind of story like last week, 2 weeks ago. And I messaged you. I was like, dude, this is fucking awesome. This is great, dude. I like this shit. And, you know, here we are now. So that's awesome. And I know I'll be listening in the future.
I have to ask, topic switch here. Keanu, in your times working here with Mr. Mojay at is there any stories or any funny things that this man did that you can enlighten our audience with?
Bro, I will never forget when we were chilling and Ryan was on break and there was a break room in the back. So like you didn't have to sit out front with all these people, right? You could just sit in the back. Ryan's in the back just chilling. I'm sitting like spazzing out trying to get this shit done. And I get into it with Ryan just a little bit, and he just looks at me and goes, "I bet you don't have nice furniture in your house." And then I was like, damn, like that was a gripe. I was like, that's petty. That hurt. I was like, that shit really fucking hurt. Like, fuck. I didn't say shit after that. I was just like, man, fuck, he won. Like, there's nothing I could say. Like,
this man Ryan in furniture at our old job, Ocean Reef. We used to say he'd want to go over to members' houses and help them move a dresser.
Yeah, that was code for getting lucky with a member. But no, at Taco Bell we used to work with some characters, bruh.
Oh, I mean, yeah, dude.
I mean, I'm not gonna name any names, but one guy, like, he was arrested for like going around and like tearing down telephone poles because the copper inside of them and dragging. He had a truck and he would tie the a fucking light post, you know, a light post.
Yeah.
He would tie it to his truck and take it to a fucking junkyard and try to sell it for money. And of course he got caught. He's dragging a light post down the street. But a lot of cool people. There was one guy who had these fucking subwoofers, man. Do you remember him?
Yeah.
He had subwoofers in his car, and he'd be like, dude, check out my new upgrades. And you'd go in his car and he would press play, and your whole body, you would be levitating off of your seat because your whole body is just down, dude. Like, he had some really good subwoofers, and he was in his later years. I mean, he was at least 40 plus, and that dude rocked. But
yeah, dude.
I mean, yeah, I'm trying to think of more times from Taco Bell. I mean, good gravy, wasn't it? It was the heyday, you know what I mean?
Yeah, dude, that was crazy. Like, that era of like our lives was wild. Like,
yeah, you're right about that. And that's the last fast. Well, no, I worked at Pizza Hut. I guess I was a delivery driver for Pizza Hut, but those aren't on my resume. None of my future employers know about that. You know what I mean? Like, on my resume, it's just the traveling jobs and other good stuff. Not that. You know, fast food work isn't good. It gets you by for sure. But when I'm trying to do something, I don't necessarily.
You can't have football without the Hut.
No one outpieces the Hut. No one outpieces the Hut.
That's what I did for the Army. I ain't even gonna lie. Like, there was jobs on there that they aren't even aware of. Like, certain jobs that they're not aware of.
No, for sure. I'm trying to think. I worked at Jolly Rogers too, the fish shack in our small town of Port Clinton, Ohio. I breaded fish, and one time I was on so much acid at work, I had to. We had these big bins, like huge fucking like bins of filleted fish, and I would have to take them and put them on a breading machine, and the machine would bread it, right? And then I would go to the other end and start laying them all nicely and stuff. Well, dude, at one point, like, there's a glass wall, right? And so the people who are waiting in line to order their food are looking at you breading the fish. It's a cool, like, experience. You know, they can watch how the fish is breaded and then made and then onto their plate. Well, I'm high on acid, fucking playing with the fish, the filleted fish. Like, I got my hands deep, like elbow deep in this barrel of fish, and I swear to God, it felt like they were alive. It was like they were all moving, and I'm just my pupils are big as fucking headlights, and I'm just like playing in this bucket of fish. Anyway, I got sent home, but
at one point, the next moment he finds himself inside of the tub of fish, scaring people. He's just like,
no, it's cool because there's a community at that place where it's like there's a culture behind it. Like, I worked there. Now my younger sister, she worked there at one point. Like, a lot of my friends and stuff, like, you know, it's kind of like you got to pay your dues in the town of Port Clinton.
I love Jolly Rogers, bro. I fucking love that place, man. When I went back home because they put their restaurant now in the old Burger King. That's right. And dude, here's the thing. I thought, you know, Jolly's was always fire to me, but you know, new building, new recipe or something. They really, dude, it's. Man, they got it going there.
Dude,
it's fire.
Do y'all remember Luke Cuevas? You remember him?
Yeah, I think so.
Y'all remember Ethan Kane too? Fucking
I know the name.
Yeah, they work there now. And like,
really, shout out to those guys.
I'll never forget when I pulled back up. I pulled up right before I shipped out, and I just walk in. They didn't even know I was home. Like, they had no clue I was back home. So I pulled up. And I'm standing there in line. I look at my boys. They just drop what they're doing and run out. Like, they're like, "You're home? You're home? How long are you home for?" I'm like, "Bro, if you don't make me my fucking lobster bisque, like, make my goddamn food, bro." Like, I get it. It's cool. We're homies. Like, I'm here. Yeah, I'm home. We'll hang out after, but make me my fucking food. Like, I'm here for a reason.
Yeah, right. You didn't. Yeah, I feel that going home and stuff, like, as much as I love going home and I love seeing the people there, it's always like a spectacle now because I've been on the road for 4 or 5 years, you know? So it's like everywhere I go, everyone I see it, it's always in a big event when I'm just like, there's a part of you that wants to just go back to when it was no big deal. And it was just, you know, you were homies and you didn't, you know, now it's just, there's so much theatrics behind it that I'm like, oh, like, my mom knows I'm in town. She invites the whole family over. You know what I mean? And
Yep.
I'm like,
Yep.
you know?
And here's the thing too, it's like I'm home because I need to do certain things, and I hate that guilt that is inside of you sometimes when you're like, oh, I gotta hang out with this person and this person, when it's like, really, no, you don't. All you have to do is just do what you need to do there, and if people want to hang out with you, they'll reach out to you. You don't have to.
Yeah.
I don't feel like I'm responsible for reaching out to other people when I'm home, because I'm home for certain reasons.
Yeah.
You know?
You're on that
like
mission.
that's the one
Yeah.
thing the Army, like, they'll tell you, like your NCOs, like your sergeants and stuff will tell you, when you go back home, don't ask people to hang out. If they really want to hang out with you, they'll come hang out with you. And I was like, damn,
Yeah.
you spitting. Like, I'm
And
like,
it's bizarre.
At the end of the day, too, that's when you find out who's real and who's not. That's
Yeah, exactly.
But people make it easy though. It's like, okay, all right, well, thanks for not, because now I don't need to give any more energy into that relationship. You already did me a favor by showing me your true colors.
And on the other side of that coin, though, it's like, you know, life does happen. Everyone's fucking worried about their bills. Everyone's, you know, they got to replace their fucking, you know, carbureted intake, whatever the fuck it is, you know. So a lot of people are wrapped up in their own lives. But if I do reach out to you and I want to hang out with you, like, I'm only asking once. You know what I mean? Either it's like,
oh yeah, no begging. We're not gonna beg.
Yeah, you make
that shit dead.
Like, and I understand if you have something going on, but you make an effort, and if it happens, great. If it doesn't, that's okay. But at least, like, you know, you made the effort. But if you don't make the effort, then it's like, I see what's going on here. But Kobe, so you're from Fort Worth, Texas.
Mm-hmm.
And what did you do before you were in the Army? How old are you? Can I ask that?
Yeah, I'm 20.
He's 20.
20.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. And what were you doing before in Fort Worth, Texas, before the Army?
So before the Army, I was actually in okay, I'll start here. In high school, I was actually in college. So I took college classes. I went to a community college.
Right.
It wasn't the best time, but I did get out with my associate's degree. I went to Texas A&M, and then like I was just strictly in college like the whole time. But then I didn't do too well, and then so I dropped out, and then I decided to join the Army and stuff. So
Interesting.
that's what I was doing.
Like, what was your family like? Were they like, go join the Army, or were they like, no, like, let's figure something else out, or what was that like?
So my mother is a single parent, you know what I mean? And she was definitely overprotective. She did not want me to leave. And I had to make the decision upon myself to, you know, go and like enjoy.
Did you have siblings either? Do you have siblings?
I just recently got siblings actually. Like I have a little brother and a little sister. Like around.
So when you left, were you your mom's only child?
Yeah.
Nice. Okay, so I actually I don't have any siblings, and I grew up with just my mother. So I can understand why, like, a mom, you know what I mean, with you being her only child, and you know what I mean, if she's single as well, like how much love can go into like, oh, this is my son, you know.
Exactly. Mm-hmm. Yeah, man. It's just, I don't know, like at some point in my life I had to get away, and I decided to leave while I was 18.
Yeah. Oh yeah, same.
Yeah.
And now, you know, you're in the military. How long do you have left? You know what I mean? Or is there a time stamp on it?
Yeah, so we have like contracts with a certain amount of time that we're in. So for me, I signed for like 3 years and 23 weeks, and right now I'm about to hit my 2-year mark in March.
Wow.
This year. So
and with the contract, it sounds like there's like a monetary value that you're also agreeing to. Also, is that true? No.
No, not necessarily.
Gotcha. Because when I think of contract, I think, you know, a baseball player, an NFL player, a hockey player. You know, they're like, I'll be here for 3 years, but I want this money. You know what I mean?
So it's like the thing about that is like contracts too. Like if you sign up at a certain time, like I remember in basic, our drill sergeant would tell us, y'all know what's going on outside in the outside world? Well, no, dickhead, we don't have our fucking phones. But do enlighten me. Tell me what's going on in the outside world.
Yeah, literally.
And then he was like, yeah, the Army is offering 2-year contracts with a $50,000 sign-on bonus and you get to choose your own duty station. And I was like, yo, what the fuck? I was like, yo, I joined at the wrong time. Why am I
That ain't
here?
Yeah,
right.
literally.
I was like, yo, that's fucked up. But yeah, when it comes to monetary value with contracts, you can get a bonus though. Like it's possible.
Mhm.
Okay.
It's kind of like, so like for infantry, they always need infantrymen for whatever.
Mhm.
So like
We know it's not for whatever. We know what it's for.
yeah. So with infantry, like it's consistently, they always have a bonus. Like they always have a sign-on bonus. Like you always, if you go to enlist today to get infantry, you will have a sign-on bonus because infantry is like dangerous as fuck, obviously.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
So like, yeah.
So what's you guys have jobs in the military?
Yeah.
What's your guys' jobs?
You want to go first?
Yeah. So I can't really talk about it because I'm not even gonna lie to you. I can tell you the
It's
base of my
TS.
job. Yeah, it's literally top secret. Like I can't.
Do you
tell
rap
anybody.
about it? Do you rap about it? Can I
No.
listen to it?
No,
No,
this motherfucker. No,
dude.
what he does is rap about my fucking job, but we'll get into
Man, shut the
that.
fuck up.
Ah,
I rap. You know. First of all, you know what the fuck. You know what the
Slow
fuck
down,
you
slow
do,
down,
nigga.
slow
No. I can tell him exactly what you do. You sit in the back of a fucking Humvee with binoculars and don't do shit. Shut the hell up.
I'll explain. No worry.
So my job is literally
top
top secret.
secret. I get that.
It's I'll tell you the base though. It's a 35 Fox, so it's intel. So like we do a lot of threat analyzation and how the enemy moves and stuff, like shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
But like,
And who's the enemy?
I can't tell you.
Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool.
You are the enemy, Ryan. They are
Well,
all
they
plotting
know
against
exactly where I'm at.
Dude,
Right.
Selena's apartment is
Insane.
on this big smartboard green screen, and like you have like 50 agents like spying and
And
Ryan.
it shows like 100 screens, and like one I'm eating Taco Bell, the next I'm like shitting, the next I'm wiping, very detailed, like everything I do. But
Ryan's like just like tied up in ropes in a BDSM suit. Selena's like whipping him down with a whip, ball and chains.
what the fuck? And then and then the next one I'm like on a hot air balloon, just like looking across the scenery. But okay, so Keanu, your job is top secret, and Kobe, you sit in a Humvee. And
No. So
Hey,
what my job is
Humvee
like?
sound fun.
No.
it's not.
No,
I'd rather
not,
sit in
Humvees are no fun.
rather sit in a damn striker, but so my job title is a 13 Foxtrot. So we're fire support specialists. We're a part of the field artillery. Basically what my job consists of is I'm an observer, and I find the enemy with binoculars. That's what he was talking about before. Like I do use binoculars. So generally what you would say would be like a weapon for like the average like military person would be like an M4, right?
right,
But my weapon is a radio.
bazooka. Oh, sorry.
No.
Right.
My weapon is a radio.
Wow,
Because-
dude, you're fucking a real, wavelength killer.
Yeah, it's like
Well, the
so like
thing about his job,
Communication specialist.
the thing about his job too is like his weapon's a radio, but when he uses the radio, explosions are what follows after. Like,
Yeah. Okay.
so he
He's
literally he's that guy. It's like I'm gonna call for fire. Like when you play COD and they pull out that laser designator
Yeah.
and they
that's-
click it and they call for fire. That's what he does.
Dude,
Mm-hmm.
he's like the next Obama, just sending air.
Just
But
go, like,
okay, so I have a couple some more questions for you guys. How far are you from a gun right now?
It's
Probably
like a 5-minute walk.
yeah.
Okay, so you don't have them like on your desk or
No,
like
no.
fucking you don't.
So the thing is like, right, we have our kits. Like I could literally grab my kit right now. It has
Yeah,
the
me too.
magazines, everything. Like I have my kit with me, but our
It has to
weapons
be prepped.
our weapons are locked up. Like
I
we
see.
have
Yeah,
you have
don't
to
want
like sign
another-
them out
Yeah, Full Metal Jacket, but
pretty much.
okay.
Along the
No,
if you have more quick questions, Ryan, that's
No, go
you
ahead,
can
Nick. Go ahead.
I was gonna transition back into music in a sense where I wanted to ask you guys if you've seen live shows and what rappers you've seen live, if you guys have been to concerts or anything like that.
Yeah, I've been to a Tyler the Creator concert
Nice.
before. It
Oh
was
hell
pretty
yeah!
decent.
Bro.
Yeah.
I don't want to talk about my concert experience. The first concert and only concert I've ever gone to was the same motherfucker that I beefed with a year down the line.
What?
Right after. Yeah, dude. Like I was heavy into this guy, and I was like, yeah, he's really cool. Nah. Like it was like the only concert I've been to. My when I get back stateside, my homie, his name's Truth, 7RU7H. He literally just performed at Rolling Loud, I think last year when I was in basic. Yeah, he performed at Rolling Loud. And yeah, I'm supposed to adventure with him wherever the fuck he goes because I have a bunch of free time when I go back. Like, what else am I gonna do besides work? I don't work. What?
So, are you guys scared? Well, it sounds like you guys are already comfortable with war. You guys like, you know what I mean? It's like,
He just went.
So, I mean, I try to stay out of politics and all that kind of stuff and just live my life and be good to people around me and just worry about my garden. I tend to my garden. But, I remember like distinctly, like I was up and I'm on this Telegram chat of some like insider kind of stuff, right? And they were the first person that told me that Russia was going to war with Ukraine, right? And the first place my mind went was U.S. is going to get involved. There's going to be a draft. You know what I mean? Like that's the first. I remember I got up out of bed. I couldn't sleep because I was thinking about it. I have a balcony here. I had my arm against the wall, like looking off into the distance. My girlfriend.
Yeah, he says that, but when he finds out there's gonna be a draft, he walks out in his army suit and he like straps up his boots and he gets on his headset and he's like, "Babe, I'm ready."
No, this is a real story. I was looking off into the distance and my girlfriend came up behind me and kind of gave me a hug. She's like, "Are you okay?" I was like, I'm going to be leaving for a couple of months. And I really thought I was going to war. I did. And it didn't happen, but you guys are like, you're the people they call. So like, what is that like when you hear, things going on out in the world and other things like that? Do you think about it? Do you think at any second a pin could drop and your life could change?
It's definitely like me and him have had conversations about this, like genuine conversations, not fucked up, sober thoughts. So it's like, there was a time we were talking about it and I was like, yo, in all reality, bro, if we go to war, like we're not going to lose. Like,
hell yeah.
Because like they were like, what do you mean? And I was like, yeah, we'd suffer a lot of people dying, but like at the end of the day, like they're gonna lose because they don't have the sustainment that we have, like that kind of thing. But like you like when you see the Ukraine Russia shit, like there's like a few reasons we didn't get involved. One, like my job, this is where my job kind of plays heavy. It's like you got to think about what would happen if we do go to war with them. Like if we do decide to get, into it with Russia and Ukraine, like all the walls are down. Like it's World War III. Like that's what's gonna happen.
It's literally like NATO versus like what is it? The Soviet Union? Am I correct on that? Or what is it?
I would just say communism.
Yeah,
that's ultimately what it is.
So wait.
So
go ahead. I'm sorry. Wait, Russia's bad. I'm asking questions.
Oh yeah. 100%.
Are they though?
Oh yeah.
So like,
okay.
Our biggest enemy would be like Russia. Who else? Like China's
Russia, North Korea.
Right. Did they tell you this kind of stuff like regularly? Are you guys told this?
I mean,
like who the enemy is?
I guess you would have to assume
so like,
that if go ahead. Sorry.
So like where we're at in South Korea, right? Our neighbors up north, priority number one. That's number one for us.
Right.
So North Korea is number one for South Korea. But that also entails, to the west of them is the other two, and to the north, or the other one, and to the north of them is the other one. So we're facing, it's a war. If South Korea goes to war with North Korea, we're in for a hell of a fight. Like, they're
pulling all their assets.
100%.
I thought North Korea was like an easy knockout punch. Are they actually like a player in this game?
I guess it can be a knockout punch It's
This is-
yeah. So yeah,
This is
hypothetical.
coming from a guy who has no clue what he's talking
Yeah,
about.
no, it's
Just
good.
for
You're
everyone
good.
out
You're good. So
there.
ultimately, yes, North Korea is a one hit, like you're done. But
Yeah.
their allies are what come in swooping and
I
say.
see.
They're
Okay.
gonna be the ones to come in and fucking
So
like
I
take
heard.
care of
Wait,
them.
so I would have to assume then that if like our enemy is Russia, Korea, North Korea, and China, that like they are all going to be allies in this.
Oh
then.
yeah,
Yeah, they are
100%. Like they're
So I
They are
heard.
now, okay.
I heard we got a strong navy. Is that what would you rate that statement on a 1 to 10?
strong navy.
Yeah, I heard we got a real strong navy. It's like our best thing.
They are asking Army guys if we got a strong Navy.
Well, no.
I didn't even
You ever heard of the Army Navy football game? There's real
No, like generally, like the branches, like we all just shit on each other. So like,
Okay,
I'm
all
not
right.
gonna sit here and
But
like
talking
compliment
about
them, but,
politic, like
yeah.
talk, now I don't wanna
I'm
talk
gonna
about
compliment them.
politi-
What the fuck are you talking about, bro?
Yeah,
they
you're
literally
right.
have. They literally
I'm just saying,
have.
I've heard that that's our best. And
I
I'm
didn't
not.
know he's thought about
oh
joining
my
the
God.
Navy, so he wants to know if he's cut out for it.
No,
If
now
you
I feel
want-
like I just want to let you guys know I am not dissing you. I didn't even think about it
No,
like
you're
that.
good. You're good. You're
I-
good.
I had just heard that our Navy is very strong. That's it.
No, so
No,
listen.
yeah, they are.
Listen, if you want, this is the crazy part, right? So the military is made up of obviously your basic branches. You got the Marines, the Navy, the Air Force, the Space Force now. Man, fuck those guys, and the Army.
Army.
So you want a country taken down in a week, you call the Navy.
You literally call it navy.
Yeah, it's because they literally, once they have sea superiority, they can send in the SEALs, and the Navy
Mhm.
SEALs will then take down that country. Like legit. Like,
Literally.
you could, like,
Take all
bro,
of
you want a
their
country taken down
national-
in a week, it's them. if you want, I guess like for us, it's kind of the Army is like the best of everything. Yeah,
because we literally have like all of everything. Like
we literally
like,
have their
water,
assets. Like
air. We
yeah.
have air assets, sea assets, like ground. So
So-
we're like made up of all of it.
So,
Like, all
want
the
it.
other assets.
Kobe, I haven't seen your physique, but I do follow Keanu on Instagram, and I've seen your physique. You post pictures, this and that.
Mhm.
You look like a boxer, Keanu. Would you? You hear a lot of stories of, I was in the military, now I'm a boxer. Is that like any route that you see yourself going in sometime?
It's crazy because I did actually think about going like UFC, like cage fighting. Like I thought
Yeah.
about it. I was like,
Uh-huh.
I definitely could like whoop ass. Like
No, I don't know what it is, but when I look at you, I'm like, that guy could fight. Like that guy could fight. Scrap. Maybe not fight, but you'd scrap. You got a lot of heart. You wouldn't give up.
oh yeah.
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
he's a little
100%.
rowdy. He's a little rowdy.
Shut the
motherfucker.
fuck
Yeah.
up.
He's like a damn honey badger, just doesn't give
Dude.
up. But
Dude, Kobe's just talking about the time we went to this bar. And I literally was like, I was fucked up. Okay. I was like, once I get fucked up, I'm scoping everybody out. Like, I'm like looking for conflict.
for me,
Like,
I'm looking at the exits. I'm like, how do I get out of here? When I get fucked up, I'm looking at the exits. But go ahead.
I'm looking like when I was fucked up, where were we? Live a Little? Yeah, we were at Live a Little.
Yeah.
This dude, like I wasn't even paying attention. And this dude started like getting into it outside. And my homie like motioned me. And that from that point, my pants were pulled up. You know what I mean?
They were previously down.
Like, no. So like
Hey,
at this
yo.
point, like my pants sag, bro. Like I sag. So like
Okay.
I start pulling my pants up and I walk outside. And there's just like 3 dudes like getting into it. There was a bitch involved. I was like, what's going on out here?
So he
And then,
just
like,
X'd the
it was
bitch.
literally-
He's like easiest target. Just
Yeah,
started-
I was like ready to scrap, and then this fucking jackass Kobe is like, nah, bro, it's not worth it, and pulls my ass back, and I was like, bro, I was about to get into it, like, why'd you do that? Like,
So you like
no, I
you're
dragged
a
his
little
ass in the
scrappy guy. You
middle.
like fighting, even when it's not even about you. You just want to fight.
yeah, when I'm
All
drunk,
right, I like it. Yeah, I mean, maybe not good for your wife down the road, but I mean, that's,
I mean, honestly, there's been so many times when Ryan, Joe, and I just,
no,
beat the shit out of
literally,
each
dude,
other.
we body box. We'll stand in a small area and just punch the shit out of each
Yeah,
other's
yeah.
body and fucking throw leg kicks and shit like that. Like that's only against my friends though. Never against a stranger have I really unleashed my full potential. But it's like I am a huge fan of the UFC and I do watch it. But the number one thing all of those guys say is never get into a fight. It's like it's not worth it. It's pointless. It's not worth it. The risk definitely outweighs the reward.
Oh yeah.
But dude, if I was in South Korea, fucking on the juice, and I was having a good time, dude, I would fight, no doubt.
Yeah. So like that's a crazy thing. They
Is
don't
there
want
just
to
something about South Koreans that you just want to fight?
No,
Well,
I
no,
fight.
no.
I didn't mean it like that.
Way to go, Ryan.
I mean
Way
it
to
like
go.
that. I love Asians, dude. I do. I love Asians. I really think their women are very attractive. That's why I asked you,
Yeah.
if you're Korean women now that you're
Yeah.
in the honeypot, you know.
We're jump to that. We can go back to
Nah, I
that,
got a
bro. Their
girl.
No, we're
beauty
not going back
standards.
to that. We were talking about fighting, but but no, I think down here in South Florida, at least, I mean, dude, there is like I don't know what it's like in South Korea. I really don't. But in South Florida, like there is a standard of people, you know, they're tan, fit, juicy as fuck. You know, they're like, you know, that's like kind of the standard, and that's cool. You know, I like it and whatnot. Is that what's it like in Korea? Like, what do a large portion of the women look like there?
Bro, they're like,
They're so small.
yeah, they're
small?
like, there's like it'd be
awesome.
rare for you to find like, I guess it'd be rare for you to find a thick South Korean woman.
Like thick in the bottom or just thick overall?
Like curves. Like if you want curves, like I don't think you're gonna find one here. Like it's
Really?
so rare. Like
But some of them do have nice butts. Do they have
Yeah.
are there Korean
man.
South Korean women who have nice fat asses?
yeah, man. I'm not even gonna hold you.
Yeah,
Yeah, man. Like
yeah,
what?
yeah.
Yeah.
And what's it
Like-
like in the barracks?
You
though?
sound like a kid like sitting on Santa's lap.
Yeah, like nice
Santa, did the
butts.
Koreans
Are
have
you-
fat butts?
Are you
No.
allowed to bring any of
No.
those women back on base with you?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. But
What?
I'm
Yeah.
not doing that shit. That's
Hold on.
too much
Do you
work.
guys have your own rooms? Like you don't share it with anybody?
So we have like, so it's crazy. It's like kind of like college dorm living if the college dorm wasn't a college dorm. So like you live in separate rooms, but in the same room. There's a common area.
Mm-hmm.
So like,
Like, you
yeah, I
have
share
your
I
refrigerator.
share a room with somebody, but
Like, is there another bed in your room?
no.
No. So okay, you've got your own bedroom. You share like the living room and kitchen,
Yeah,
or
that
kitchen.
kind of-
You know,
Yeah,
that's
that kind of
awesome,
thing.
dude. That's fucking great. I mean, dude, I've been doing seasonal work in the United States, bro, and that's better living than I was doing. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Goddamn.
man.
So okay, so you can bring them back to your. I can't believe they would just let people in the barracks. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah, dude. You have to
anybody
like.
brings back
yeah.
a deranged woman who's running down the hall screaming. You know, like
Well, that's the thing. You don't have to worry about the South Koreans. You have to worry about the fucking Americans.
Yeah, literally.
Like, so like, if the crazy thing is, it's like if you see here in South Korea, if you see an American, like let's say you're feeling up on this chick and she's American, nine times out of
in
10
South
she's
Korea.
yeah. So like
Right.
in South Korea, you see this American chick and you're feeling up on them, she's feeling up on you. Chances are she's fucking married.
Yeah.
Yeah,
To
like
who? To who?
to somebody
Doesn't sound like it's
higher up.
stopping 'em, does it?
Like
In the force.
yeah, so like
Oh wow.
the army, all military branches have this. Like you have dependents. Technically speaking,
Right.
your wife and kids are your dependents if you have them here. So if you're out, you know, chilling, having a good time, you stumble upon this American chick and you're like, yeah, I'm feeling you, she's feeling you. Like, bro, don't get into it because you're in for a rude awakening because whoever the fuck she's married to or is, you know, like
That's on
congruent
her.
with,
What is she doing? Why
no
is she
shit.
being
That's
available out there?
because she's a fucking shitbag. That's why. Like,
Okay,
bro,
alright. fair. So-
you run into a lot of shitbags.
So okay, and then what is it with are there females in South Korea? Like in the army there with
Yeah.
you guys? And
Yep.
and they're American.
Yep.
Mhm.
And what's that like?
Bro, I was feeling up on an MP.
A police
Like-
officer.
Yeah, a
Military
military police
police.
officer. She was so fine, bro. And then like
Is she gonna hear this?
No, I fucking hope not.
Okay.
Like, but she know who the fuck I'm talking about. Like,
Yeah.
I was feeling up on her. I was like, hell yeah, like this is badass. And I stumbled across her Instagram page. I was like, she's an MP, and she outranks me. Like, I gotta go. Like, I was like, I gotta
So that's
go.
a no-go. You don't want that?
So you can't.
Nah.
The thing about it is you can't fraternize with people who aren't your like rank. You know what I mean?
Wow.
So like you can't fraternize with like sergeants because they're an NCO technically speaking. So you can't fraternize with them. You can't be with them.
is getting a rank a lot like you know, in jiu-jitsu when you get a new belt, you start at the white, you go forward. Is that
Yeah.
like how do you get to a new rank? What do you have to accomplish to get to a new rank?
So to get a
You
new
just got
rank,
promoted.
like
Yeah, you just got promoted.
yeah,
So
I
you
did.
can talk about
So
it.
so now like I'm a specialist now. I used to be a PFC. I joined as a private first class.
You used to be what? A KFC?
PFC. A
Oh, don't do
PFC
that,
private
Ryan. Don't do
first
that.
class.
Congratulations on your promotion. Hell yeah.
I
Yeah,
appreciate
congrats.
that. Thank you. Yeah, but yeah. So I got promoted to specialist, and generally what you do is you fucking you go to like a board where like you go to a board and they'll ask you like a select amount of questions about different regulations and shit like that, like within the army,
Uh-huh.
and like you have to memorize certain shit. Like it's just a lot, and then you have to have like your dress uniform a certain way. Like
So you
you have
know,
to.
Okay. So
go ahead.
so I'm saying is like, is there at one point you accomplish something and they're like, you are now a blue belt or whatever? You know what I mean? Like
Yeah,
I feel like
so the thing is like that can happen because
That
that
definitely can, yeah.
who was it? It was the NCO that just got here, Aerosol from fucking.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so
is Aerosol a guy or a girl?
it's a
He's
guy.
a guy.
Okay.
We just call him Aerosol because he's from
Aerosol.
Tennessee.
Okay.
So
Literally,
he,
that's all he says. That's
yeah, he's just like
his,
Aerosol, like it's a thing.
like that's how he responds to anything that.
Yeah,
like
so
if someone were to ask him a question, he would say, "Yeah, aerosol." Yeah. Like
yes.
I'm sorry. Wait, you were telling a story about Aerosol. Go ahead.
So he got here as a sergeant. So you have your rank structure, right? It's E1, PV2, private first class, specialist, corporal, sergeant, staff sergeant, sergeant first class, master sergeant, first sergeant, so on and so on and so on.
Gravy. Oh my god.
Like so he was a E5, a sergeant. He was just a sergeant. And then right when he got here, he like showed out and then he got instantly promoted. Like he was promotable. Like he was good to go. Like once you get here, you're promoted. And now he's a staff sergeant. Like you can really just like go
And
somewhere and get promoted.
Tell me, how do you how does one show out, you know?
Perform really well in the unit. You know what I mean? Like so here, when I first got here, I guess in this instance, you know, it's like I guess I could be a prime example, right?
yeah.
I don't know. Yeah. So like I got here straight from schooling. When you get out of schooling, you really aren't expected to know much because every unit's different on how they want things done.
Mhm.
So I got here and I was instantly thrown into the field, like right away.
Yeah,
Like
field
I
is
got
just
here, it was like
everywhere.
my first week here. I got thrown into the field,
Mm-hmm.
and my NCO, my sergeant at the time, got COVID, and it was just me manning like intel, like by myself.
Wow.
And so I got it. I literally kept up with everything. Like every single thing you can imagine, I was on my shit. Like I was on it.
That's so crazy, dude.
And
It's
he
almost
goes,
like you had to be though, you know.
Yeah,
Like,
You
so,
got no
like,
choice,
yeah.
dog.
yeah, I
I'm
was
the
like,
only
man,
intel analyst.
yeah, I was-
That's all
dude.
he would say. I'm the
yeah,
only
because
intel
I
analyst.
was the only intel analyst though. Like nobody. Where was my?
Yeah.
Where was the other NCO that was an intel analyst? Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
She was up at fucking Casey.
Probably getting an appointment or something like
Is
that.
is it mainly a brotherhood or is it, and I'm not disrespecting at all, or is it almost like prison where there's gangs, or do people stick with people, or is it all just a big loving
Sure, you have
brotherhood and we're
cliques.
all in this together?
Yeah, that's
People stick with people. There's not no gangs or nothing like that though.
Right.
But, like,
Gangs
people
is the
definitely
wrong
have
word.
their
Gangs is the wrong word.
people definitely have their friend groups. Like it's
Mhm.
like college. Like people have their own friend groups. People like it like if you meet certain people, like that expands like a whole new fucking like web of people and networking that you can meet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like it's just
man.
it's a
You
lot of
tripping, bro.
connections.
The fuck are you talking about? The closest thing to a gang that we have is the fucking NCO Corps. What are you talking about?
Like you're not lying, bro. They
exactly,
all gang up on
like-
soldiers.
Yeah,
And
like
are a lot of a lot of the people there like having sex with one another, like between like American on American?
they're shitting where they eat. Yeah.
they shit where they eat. Yeah.
Oh,
I
so
think it'd
that's
be funny, like the whole promotion thing. If like you're a private and you like got a crush on a sergeant, and you're like, man, I really want to fuck Stephanie. I got to get my promotion up. You know what
Yeah,
I mean?
dude.
Yeah.
Like, you could
That-
write a
some people use that
military
as-
love story. How like
Yes.
Yeah, dude.
Some
People
people
use
use that
that
as
like
sergeant falls in love
motivation.
with the private.
no,
Is
that's
she on-
legit. Like that
Mhm.
happens. Like straight up. Like that shit happens. Like you will see captains risk their career to fuck a private.
Yeah.
Wow.
Love.
I mean,
It
wait,
all comes back
hold
to-
on. Let's talk about the dynamic here. Is it a guy always risking his career for a private who's a woman?
Nope.
What? It's a
Hell
woman who's
no.
really
Yes.
more often than not, it's the woman going down in class.
I guess it depends.
It's
It's
okay,
fine,
but that's
man.
okay because I feel like guys are just like, all right, you're a private, I don't care, because that we're so with the blinders, and
Yep.
women, they could fuck anybody. It's who they decided to give it up to, if we're being honest,
Yeah.
So I feel like they could be more selective about it and not find themselves in that kind of trouble. That's really bizarre.
Yeah.
But
they're fucking
but-
they're wilding.
But yeah, guys, this has been a lot of fun talking to you guys though, and getting to know you guys' stories and listening to like your correlations between music and the military life, and just kind of navigating in between those two things and hearing your guys' opinions about your creative processes and all
Yeah,
that kind of stuff. So
this is
thank you guys
incredible.
for coming on and joining us.
Yeah, man.
Go ahead and
Appreciate it.
plug all of your social medias and all that good stuff.
Go ahead,
Oh, you
Cody.
can go ahead. No, you got it.
Nah, dickhead. I'm offering you to go first.
Motherfucker. All right. So Instagram's KEENTATTED, Twitter, DT Kobe. I want people knowing my Snapchat. That's pretty much it. That's pretty
It's
much
too personal, like Lil Uzi said. It's too personal.
pretty
Yeah,
much. Man.
Y'all can find me on literally anything as I am KMD Music. My @ is always I am KMD Music. And then on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, you can find me under KMD.
Guys, and their new song is going to be the link in our bio. You can find it there. Ain't No Way. And what is the one you just released?
Wish You Would.
Wish You Would, which is so fucking hard. It's amazing. You guys have to go hear that right now. Click the link in our description and you can find it there. I'm Ryan Moget.
I'm Nicholas Manus.
Joe
Yo,
Money. Of course, this has been the More Podcast. Again, thank you so much, you guys, for coming on this show. 14-hour time difference between us, but you guys still made it, and we're so grateful for that. You guys were honestly amazing. Like, seriously, you guys did a great job. Thank you so much, folks.
Thanks, man.
Happy New Year, guys.
Happy
Awesome.
New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Peace out,
Thank
y'all.
you.